Hello, everybody. Claude Diamond here. Doing a quick little, kind of a spontaneous broadcast. Hope you're having a great day. I am here in beautiful San Diego, true SoCal, California, home of In-N-Out Burgers, home of Ballast Point Beer, home of Arrogant Bastard Beer from Stone Mountain. But we're not doing a beer with Claude. We'll do that tomorrow night, possibly. Today, it's tonight for you guys on the East Coast. Here, it's still 3 o'clock in California. I've got something really special for you guys, kind of a little unplanned. I am going to speak about how to close people in one phone call or spontaneously, or at least get commitments and get hard appointments, and how to get paid, how to get contracts, how to take care of that in the first phone call, or at least fire the prospect. The question to ask yourself, and I got a video to show you guys. Okay, let me give you a little advance here. And if you have any questions or anything, just put them in the comments there. I'll keep an eye on it. I do have some freebies for you guys. Here, I'll do the banner real quick. Here. If you want to go to my webpage, claudediamond.com, I'm going to be using a mind map today, but you can have it for free. I believe in mind maps. They're a great way to organize. And I have a mind map on all the rules of the gut sales method and how to close with my notes and everything. And you just go to my webpage. I'll send it to you for free. And you can also pick my brain for 15 minutes. Ask me anything about any stall, objection, obstacle to your goal. We're all in sales. If you ain't selling, you ain't making money. And sales is the $1 million skill. And I love talking about it. I give good phone, like the sign says. But today, I got something special that was kind of just happened a little while ago. I love when salespeople call me. And when they call me, with their permission, I hit the record button. If you've seen any of my videos on YouTube, there's something wrong with me. I love to torture telemarketers and people who call me. Now, this was one company, it was a marketing company. I saw their YouTube and I said, let me get some more information. So I did register with them. And you know what happens when you give them your email and a phone number. By the way, make sure you always have an extra phone number. You can do it on Skype or Google Voice. Have a throwaway phone number, because if, God forbid, you give your phone number that's not your personal number to the wrong company, you're going to be inundated and have to get a new number. Same thing with email. Apple has something wonderful now, a little tip of the day. It's called Hide My Email, where you can have alias emails. You can use them temporarily, and then you can delete them. So until you know that you can trust the company that you're working with. If you have any comments or anything, feel free to join me. Feel free to post a question, actually. If you have a question or you'd like to come on the broadcast today, the more the merrier. The link is in. I just posted the link in there also. And I want to share, this guy called me up, and you will not believe it. I wanted to make this so easy for the guy. I told him I was ready to buy. I had a burning hot little credit card in my hand. And let me give you a little advanced notice here, a little advanced shot here on what exactly happened. I'm going to have to share my screen here, and then I'm going to play this video. You're going to love this video, guys. And hang on there. We're going to go to the video. Let's go to the video. Always learn to accept yes.
You said you were at work when I called. How long are you going to be there?
Actually, I got to leave, and I'm going to leave in about. I'm going to leave in a few minutes. Actually, it's one of those. It's Friday. You know, Fridays are crazy. I got a brand new hot little MasterCard with a big limit on it. And nobody wants to take my money right now.
I wish. We just don't have anybody available.
Okay.
That's something I can do.
Okay.
That's my wheelhouse.
Well, thank you anyway, Dean. I'll tell Mr. Ruffino I'll look forward to the call on Monday.
Well, I'll do that, and thank you. We'll look forward to talking to you.
Take care.
All right, you too. Bye.
Okay. This guy did not want to take my credit card. It was amazing to me. One of the things is nuts is when you get a salesperson that can't accept yes for an answer. Isn't that wild? They can't accept yes for an answer. I'm going to play that whole video in a minute or two. I wanted to talk a little bit about closing first. That was the reason you guys are here today. And if you do have a question, feel free to post it in the chat, you in YouTube or Facebook. We're in a couple different places today. When you get on the phone with somebody, and you worked hard. Some of you are spending tons of money, hundreds or thousands of dollars for leads. And then you get on the phone and your goal should be, at least my goal, anybody's reasonable goal is identify the prospect, qualify the prospect. What is their need or greed, their problem? And can you make them emotional enough to close them on the first phone call? I do this all the time. I do it in real estate. I do it in my mentoring business. I close people, or at least get a commitment or get out in the first phone call. How do you do that? You got to have a system. If you're just calling, here's the problem that I think a lot of you are having. I'm just looking for my little note sheet here. One of these days in my next life, I'm going to be organized. Absolutely. The thing is, what is the reason they're calling you? What is the reason they're researching and Googling for whatever your business is? Now, I do consulting, coaching, mentoring in sales and marketing. I do real estate. I've been a private investor for 30 years. I teach lease purchasing and stuff. So when I get somebody on the phone, first thing I want to know is, what's their issue? What's their problem? What's the compelling reason they came online with me today? So when you get somebody and you want to use, and I can't believe more people aren't doing this, you want to set up, in all your marketing, you always want to set up a scheduling system so that people can actually schedule a hard time with you. And then you can capture their name, their phone number, maybe their problems or their issues for the meeting. Do it this way, because bottom line, all the marketing you're doing, all the texting, all the voicemails, all the virtual assistants you're having, it really comes down to one-on-one. I'm sorry, I don't like ClickFunnels. I think it's too much work. I think it's too confusing. I believe in a streamlined, simple, KISS method way of marketing and speaking to people and closing them. So when I do get a prospect, I'll talk another time about my marketing method. Guts is also a very unique marketing method where we just streamline it from information or a little grassroots marketing right to the presentation, right to one-on-one with people. You've got to make it so it's compelling to them, so they see the value in what you're offering. So I get somebody on the phone. First thing I'll say is, why are we talking, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect? What would you like to see happen? What is your biggest challenge or problem? And for those of you who didn't see, I did a video the other day on what is called pattern interrupts. And I have a free mind map with that too. If you go to my webpage, claudediamond.com, and you can get that mind map, I give away a lot of stuff for free because my premise for marketing, and you should do this too, is you are a secret. And you've got to let people, and you're in a competitive world. And how do people make decisions about by purchasing a Porsche, or use Q-tips, or who said that, or real estate or insurance or whatever you're doing? How do they make the decision to work with you? They're comfortable with you. They trust you. You have credibility. So you have to make it easy for them. And I think using a scheduling system is the best way. I use a system called Blab, which stands for Book Like a Boss. If you want the link to them to get a discount, just send me an email, mentor@mac.com. Let me put that in there for you. And I'll be glad to, anything that I talk about today and you want it, mentor@mac.com. It's in the chat box there. Or you can, as I always say, call me. I answer my own phone. And I'll put that in there also. And there you go. It's in the chat. You get somebody on the phone. First thing you want to do, we call it pattern interrupts, or just to get them out of that locked in mentality. Okay, where they're asking all the questions, maybe they have a little bit of a stinky attitude because they've spoken to other salespeople. Aren't we all sick of the traditional salesperson who reads a script, who says, hello, how are you today? And they don't let you answer. You ask them one question and they go on a diatribe. I think I said that word right. Did I say that right? Diatribe? Yeah. Okay, good. My wife's down in the kitchen. She's a lot smarter than me. Columbia University, I think. And the thing is, you learn to ask those questions and set up the environment. So you do your pattern interrupt. Gee, why are we talking today, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect? What's your biggest challenge? You're looking to buy a home, sell a home, invest in a home. You're looking for help in getting more leads. Your prospecting isn't working. You're spending too much money on prospecting and you're not getting enough leads and you need help with that. You're not closing people. And boom, you want to find out what their true need is. What's the issue, the compelling issue for their reason, for their research. Don't we all go on Google? We're always researching things, looking for things, and we want to find the information we need. And you go to my webpage, boom, you go right to the information. A lot of web pages have pop-ups where they make you scroll forever and ever, and they lose their prospect. You get a prospect, schedule with them, get them online, give them a reward or an incentive, and then ask the question and then after you do your pattern interrupt. And this is how to close people in one phone call. This is what I was talking about earlier. You want to set what we call an agenda. Now, I'm the author of the gut sales method. Okay, you set an agenda. Say, hey, you know what? I'd like to help you. I think I have a few ideas or solutions for you, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect. But I need a little bit more information. Can I ask you 2 or 3 quick questions? You can ask me a few, and then we'll figure out if I have a true solution, for you. Okay. And they always say yes. 1 or 2 says no, and then it's over. Okay. Or you follow up with them at another time, you reschedule, but that's really rare. So you always set up that agenda and you tell them, hey, listen, would you do me a favor? You don't have to think about it or whatever. Just tell me, just do me a favor. I'd love to earn your trust and do business with you. But if we can't do that, would you do me could you do me a small favor? Would you just fire me? Don't tell me you're going to think about it or, pray to your pet rock or talk to your 5 chihuahuas or something like that. All right. And then you go to qualification. This is where it gets tricky. You got to ask questions. The most important questions are, what's their level of motivation? Are they a 1 or a 2, or are they an 8, 9, or 10? We call this the guts barometer. This is something I designed. So you take a measurement. You can even ask them, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, in terms of buying a house, is this something you want to do now or in 6 months or a year from now? Oh, pretty soon. On a 1 through 10. 10 meaning it's urgent, 5 meaning you're not sure yet, or 1 or 2 you couldn't care less. What score would you give yourself? You make them score yourself. You have to get them emotionally involved in the conversation. If you're just flapping your gums, giving an intellectual presentation, you're doomed. You'll be broke. You've got to get people emotionally involved. $1 Million Rule. If you followed me, if any of you have read any of my books, if you go to my webpage and schedule with me, I give this book away for free. The Mentor Teaches the Gut Sales Method, or you can buy it on Amazon or eBay or my webpage if you want, but I love giving stuff away for free. All you got to do is go into my that link that you see below, and I'll give you whatever you want for free. My mission in life is to teach people how to sell and have fun and go to the bank. So if you're working hard, spending a lot of money, and it's not happening for you, it's because you're not using a system of marketing and sales, a system that's simple, okay, that doesn't cost you tons of money. You guys are spending way too much money. You're working too hard. You're all day long doing stuff on the internet and hiring all other people and doing your scraping and every little shiny object that gets passed. I've got a simple system. It has given my family a great life. Mortgage-free, debt-free. We live in different parts of the country. We don't take vacations. We just change houses. And I don't want to sound like a jerk. It's hard work, but it was worth it. I had a mentor who taught me all these things, and it's always back to sales, giving good phone, knowing how to speak to people. So you qualify people. You get their level of motivation first. Then who makes the decision, how they make decisions? Are you speaking to the right person? What do we always hear? Well, I got to talk to my spouse. I got to go to my board of directors, my partners. We're not ready yet. And whose fault is that? Are you spending 45 to 2 hours on the phone giving a brilliant presentation, being cross-examined, answering all these questions? Basically, we call that free consulting. My wife called me a schmuck one day when she heard me giving away all that free information. That was $1 million idea she gave me, because I learned that I could charge for my time, knowledge, and energy if I put a value on it myself. Isn't that right, dear? She said yes. Honestly, this is totally unrehearsed. I work from home. It's a family business. The thing is, qualify them for their motivation. You've got to ask the tough questions. And sometimes we do a little thing, and this is how you qualify and close people in the first phone call. You've got to read their mind, but reading minds is kind of hard. Not many people have that skill. I don't know anybody, but you can anticipate their answers if you phrase, this is important, if you phrase the questions correctly. So I'll go to somebody and I'll say, if you found a solution to your problem and it met with your budget, that's not something, and it solved all your issues. You believed it was really the right product, service, mentor, coach, whatever. You believe that person would be accountable, hold your hand, speak to you, not hand you off. You wouldn't move forward and make a commitment today, would you? Now, the pendulum, things in motion, stay in motion, right? Sir Isaac Newton, I believe. And the thing about it is, I went negative to get a positive response. And this works about 75% of the time. Sometimes they do something like obfuscate, where they change the subject matter. They don't answer your direct questions. That's also a clue that maybe you're not speaking with a worthy prospect. I like to close people in one phone call. I like to get commitments. I like to get contracts. I like to get paid in one phone call, sometimes two, never three. It's because I have a system. And the gut sales method is a system based on what I learned from my mentor, years of study of psychology, going from being the worst salesman in the world to a pretty good one, in my opinion. Okay, I can put mac and cheese on the table with just a phone, and speaking to enough worthy prospects for my products and services. So you got to qualify. Money is always important. How many of you have given brilliant presentations and you don't talk about the money? When should you bring up money? In the beginning, the middle, or the end? By the way, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to post them in the chat. We're on multiple systems right now. I'll be glad to answer a question. Or if you want to join me, the link is also in the chat box there too, if you want to come on live. I always welcome company. Don't be shy. The meek may inherit the earth, but people who are willing to take reasonable risks and daring, they are the ones who are going to go to the bank. I'm a little opinionated today. Hey, it's Friday. How cool. I love Fridays, don't you? I think every day is Friday. So you get on there, you got to qualify them for money. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, if you found a solution, do you have a budget set aside? That's a corny one. A lot of people have been using that for a long time. And the prospect a lot of times doesn't know the answer. So you might want to do something else creative. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, if I could help you get into a home, if I could help you buy this car, if I could sell you advisory, consulting, mentoring services to help you get quality leads every day, and it wouldn't cost you any money. Would you be willing to spend a little money to learn how to utilize and get first class leads every day? Would you be willing to pay somebody, maybe me, maybe somebody else? Would you have a budget of $1,000, $5,000? Say, could you share that with me? If that money is not comfortable for your budget, but you believe the person was earnest and could help you close and solve your problems, would you be willing? And financing was offered, would you take advantage of that? Even if it was at zero interest? Boom. You got to qualify for the money, for the motivation. Time frame is important. Are you looking you're not looking for a solution now. That's a redirection question. And you hope they say, yes, I want to get rid of this problem now. Or if they say, not right now, 6 months from now, you just got to find out. You got to ask these questions. And what you want to do is something magical happens. There's what we call a magic moment in sales. And this is how you close people in one phone call. I do it all the time. Not everyone. Okay. I don't, a lot of people say no to me, but sales, the one-on-one sales, we've lost this skill Believe me, we have lost. This is the $1 million skill. Anybody who knows how to do guts marketing and guts sales, it's a simple system. So you A, have good leads. B, you know how to qualify and close or get a commitment or get out in the same phone call, or at least set up a follow-up for the future. Maybe this is a good prospect. They're not ready yet. They don't have the money. They're not ready to make that decision yet. But it doesn't mean you can't use them in the future. That's a good lead. What's a good lead worth to you? Oh, I'll do another live stream maybe next week on how to get the best leads in the world. If you want to learn even sooner, go to that link down there, claudediamond.com/light/introductory. I'll give you a free mind map, a free book, and you can pick my brain for 15 minutes. It's my way of introducing you to my products and services and accountability. A little bit different take than what you're getting from a lot of the gurus out there, okay? You ever notice they hide from you? They promise everything, but they won't give you their phone number and they won't speak to you directly. I'm sorry, I have a problem with that. I like high accountability. I had a mentor who I could talk to, visit with, have coffee with, call. And that's the reason I'm here talking to you today is because one person shared with me their principles, their methods of success. And that's what works for my students. I have very successful students. You can see them on some of my videos on YouTube. I got a lot of videos on YouTube. Let me go to, I want to switch gears here. So these are the way, learning how to ask questions, set up the agenda, go up the staircase, number 2. It's only 3 steps. It's easy. Oh my God, anybody could learn this. Qualification for the money, the time, the level of motivation, the decision-making, and of course, the character commitment, I call it. Okay. And that's where you say, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, we've made a decision. Are you comfortable with it? You're not going to call me later and say, your chihuahuas are mad at you or something like that. Because if you're going to say no, why don't you just say it right now? Is it over? Can we go ahead and solve this problem and keep our commitments? Boom. And this is just $1 million selling. Why? Because when people get off the phone, what do you want them to say about you? That Claude Diamond's crazy. I don't like him. Or, hey, you know what? Maybe this guy's got something. Maybe I finally found a straight arrow in a crooked world. Maybe somebody who's willing to be accountable and help me get to where I want. You want to make high 5, 6 figures or more per month. You better have a system of marketing that's not going to break your bank. I wish I could talk about marketing today, but I just don't have the time. I'm sorry. It's busy. I have a lot of clients, one-on-one people that I mentor, and I always schedule with them for 15 to 30 minutes. And I do group training and stuff like that. And it makes for a busy, fulfilling life. Because I love my clients. We work very closely. It's much different than that high volume kind of stuff that you have out there. Because I think that's what worked for me. And I think there's some of us, we want that one-on-one. We want to know what to do, A, B, and C. Don't throw us a lot of busy work and then start trying to upsell us. Hey, I want to go to that video I did today. I had a lot. Do you guys like live calls? Do you like live recorded calls? I have one that I'm going to share with you today. This happened today. A telemarketer called me up, and he did not know how to close me. I was ready to be closed. He could not accept yes as an answer. And I want to play you this whole video. I don't think it's at least 7 minutes long. I'll probably stop it once or twice because I want to discuss some of the points with you. But I told this person, I have a credit card. I am ready to spend $10,000. And the genius said no. Can you imagine? And it's just there. My mentor used to always say, there's no bad prospects out there. There's only pardon the language. There's only shitty salespeople. And there's so many really shitty salespeople out there. So even when a prospect wants to make a commitment, give them money. Do you think anything would be better than on a Friday evening or Friday afternoon in California? Somebody wants to give you $10,000. They're ready to do it. I even said to the guy, you'll hear it on the video, and I'll get to it. I know you're yelling at me and through the screen. Claude, get to the video already. But I said to the guy, I've got a credit card. It's burning a new one. I've got a limit on it, and it's burning a hole in my pocket. I want to give you money. Well, we can't do that right now. Watch the video. Take me a second to get it on there. You'll love this, guys. There we go. I'm sorry, Dean. And we're recording each, and what did you say? We're recording each other.
Yeah, we always record our calls.
Okay, you don't mind if we do the same, right?
No, we don't.
Okay, great. How can I help you? Boom. Okay, I think you can see me on the screen. I'm on the side here. The thing about it is, can they, when they ask to record you, you record them. You might have an opportunity for a marketing video right there. Create live marketing, but always get permission. I always do. I don't want to record somebody who didn't give me their permission and then use it like I'm using now for demonstration, for teaching purposes, maybe even for marketing, right? Can't hurt. And if you heard, the first thing I said is, why are we speaking? I think I said, why are we speaking today? And I said that for a good reason. I'm trying to keep control by asking questions.
No, we don't.
Okay, great. How can I help you? How can I help you?
Well, all we needed to know was your business description was sales. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, I have a coaching, consulting, and sales business. I've written a couple books, and I'm always looking to expand expand my business with more prospects and leads.
Gotcha.
Do you guys do that? I mean, are we on the same?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
And that's you're perfect for us to be able to support you. So that's all we needed to know. So I won't take up any more of your time. Your call is set for 10:30 Pacific time on Monday. Okay.
Any chance we could do it tomorrow?
We don't have any coaches available on Saturday, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. And will I be speaking personally with?
He has a staff of about 40 people. Some of them sales, a bunch of them are. He has a staff of about 40 people. Okay, so when you hear that should tell you right away. You're dealing with a big guru, a big organization, a lot of overhead. They're not going to personalize it for you. Okay. They definitely are not. You know what you're dealing with. And that goes back to my main premise. I don't think you can learn anything unless you're learning from the people who actually do it. Are coaches in their own right. And so he assigns 3 coaches to you specifically to work with you all the way through the process. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm really excited about this. I'd like to sign up today. I can't speak with any. We don't have anybody available right now. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't believe you mean. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I was so excited. I was hoping to get started really because I enjoyed your webpage and everything. Oh, good.
How much?
To hear that.
What's the is there a range? I mean, I have a credit card now. What's the range? How much would this cost me? Do you have a range?
There are several things that are involved with it, but in order to get started, you're going to need about 10,000.
Okay, that's what he might have said that on the video. So it's 10. Is there an upper or more premium program than 10? I don't mind. I just want to know what I have. I want to make sure I have enough on my card.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of premium programs, but they're not available to you until after you go through the first one and get your business set up with us.
Oh, okay. So you take the first program and then you can upgrade to more premium coaching, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I had to interrupt here. Sorry. So right away, there's a big upsell. I don't do this. Okay. So they get you in the door with one thing and then they want to upsell you maybe to a more expensive or more elaborate program. And that's that's always a clue too. By the way, I'm not being critical of this guru or organization, by the way. I'm just saying that when you speak to people, you don't know you never know how much you're going to learn and everything. Now watch the part. I think we're getting close to it where he will not take my money. He won't accept yes as an answer. And there's no way. I have a card right now. There's nobody I can speak to, right?
I wish. I'd love to go ahead and get you signed up right now.
I mean, okay.
That's what I want to do. You said you were at work when I called. How long are you going to be there?
Actually, I gotta leave in. I'm gonna leave in about. I'm gonna leave in a few minutes. Actually, it's one of those. It's Friday. You know, Fridays are crazy. I have my own I have my own coaching, consulting, and mentoring business, and I'm back-to-back appointments too. But gosh, I'll be here for about another 15 minutes, I guess, and then I got a book.
Yeah, but that's not going to work.
Okay.
Everybody's tied up.
But
I know.
I got a hot little. I got a brand new hot little MasterCard with a big limit on it. Nobody wants to take my money right now.
I wish. We just don't have everybody available.
Okay.
That's something I can do.
Okay.
That's my wheelhouse.
Well, thank you anyway, Dean. I looked up. Okay. We can, let's go back to this. So, isn't that amazing? I was ready in this. I mean, this is unrehearsed. I was ready to give him a credit card and everything. And I had a feeling it would be like that. Can you imagine? You've got a prospect. Your prospect is ready to make a commitment, ready to pay you, and you don't accept it. Sometimes salespeople have a problem accepting yes as an answer. Okay, what do? They get emotionally involved, they get excited, and they go back to their presentation again. But here is an example of a prospect who actually wants to do business, says, I have a hot little credit card right in my hand, and this person was not authorized or was scared of changing up the system right then and there. Do you think he would have got in trouble with his boss? I love this topic. If he went to his boss, look, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but this guy wanted to give me $10,000 and he said he had a credit card, so I took his money and everything. Do you think his boss is going to get mad at him? How mad would his boss get? If I ever had an employee, I don't have any employees. I just have subcontractors. But if I had employers who said, hey, we just made a sale, we just did a real estate deal or signed up a new client for your mentoring program, and they came to me, boom, I don't think I'd get mad. Isn't that amazing, though? All that work. And this company that I went to, I've been getting a lot of emails and texting, and now they got people calling me up. And is it any wonder that people are reluctant to share their email, much less their phone number with anybody? It's really amazing, isn't it? Closing someone in the first phone call, unlike the guy you just saw, it's not hard. You have to use a system, a method, a real simple method. 3 little steps: agenda. Think of a staircase: agenda, qualification, commitment to close. That's all you have to do. And you have that system in your head. You just remember those 3 little steps. And then you practice how to ask questions. And the premise is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I want to help you solve this problem. I know you want to buy a home, sell a home, lease purchase a home, buy life insurance, buy my Porsche, whatever it is. I'd like to help you solve that problem today. If we can't, please say no. Feel comfortable enough to say no to me, or I can say no. But let's find a way to solve your problem or get you what you want, needs and greeds. And let's do business. And we can do business today. And if not, it's over. Is that fair? Boom. That's a guts agenda. This is part of my system. Then you qualify them, because if they don't have the money, it's over. If they can't make a decision or they're not the decision maker, it's over. If it's not timely, they want to do this a year from now, it's over. You've called them back in a year, but don't be 45 minutes on the phone with them or get in your car and drive somewhere to a dopey meeting. I never go to a meeting unless I pick up a check or a contract. And majority of my meetings, even speaking engagements for the most part, I was doing this before the pandemic. I use Zoom all the time, every day. If you're not using Zoom, I mean, where you can go face to face with prospects all day long, you can do group meetings, you can do one-on-one, and you can use it for marketing. I use Zoom for marketing all the time when I'm not using StreamYard here or YouTube Live or Instagram or something like that. So you qualify people, you learn to ask questions. With something we call stroking and nurturing, and I have to leave in a couple of minutes, guys. I got one other mind map I want to show you. It'll help you with closing in the first phone call. And you basically, in the agenda step, you say, if you found a solution, you wouldn't, that's a redirection, take an action today. Would you, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect? And if they say, oh no, if I found a solution and it worked my budget and everything, yeah, I do that. Boom, you have a commitment. Sales is about getting them emotionally involved. You can give them a lot of intellectual gobbledygook, okay, but that doesn't resonate with them. You've got to get them emotionally involved. I have something I teach called Guts 6.0. It's hypnotic selling. It's basically a way of putting an idea or images in people's heads. If you want to learn about Guts 6.0, set up a meeting with me and I'll give you my best 15 minutes, maybe even 20 if you ask nice. And I'll give you the mind map for it, all for free. Just my way of showing you there's a better way to sell, a simpler way to sell. And Guts 6.0 is basically what we call hypnotic selling, where when you're selling to somebody, you direct your conversation to their feelings, to their experience, to their mind. You're like a movie producer. You're Spielberg, and you're going to put this movie, this idea in their head, and you're going to enhance the hypnotic selling with the smell, the taste, the touch, what they hear, what they feel. You're going to put that all together. This is pretty good stuff that I teach. It's based on years of research and a lot of success in my own business. And I don't need to speak to, when they say, I heard one guru this week. I'm sorry, I get real upset when I hear a lot of BS, and he was saying, well, if you're not making 1,000 phone calls, I think he said a week or a day or something like that. If you're not knocking on doors, you're not making all those phone calls, you're not willing to pay the price, like it's a character issue, like you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just getting bad advice because nobody can stand. You guys want the truth, don't you? Can I tell you the truth? What did Jack Nicholson say? Can you handle the truth? The bottom line is nobody can handle that much rejection. You make phone calls and all day long, people are nasty to you. Take me off your list. How did you get my number? If you don't have a system like Guts so that you have good quality prospects, you're getting back to people, you're scheduling with people and having those good phone calls, all you need is a couple. 1, 2, 3. We have a thing called Rule of 5. Speak to 5 people a day. Make sure you have a marketing system so you speak to 5 good prospects a day. I don't care if you have your own coaching, consulting, mentoring business. I don't care if you're in real estate, insurance. You've got to have a marketing system first so you speak to quality prospects every day and how you speak to them. What do you want them to say? This is a question I ask myself every day. What do you want them to say about you when they get off the phone? I like that guy or girl. I like the information. I felt they were credible people. I think they were accountable to me. You see, you want to think big, but act small. It's good advice. I got it from my mentor. Think big. People want to know that they're dealing, think big in terms of your marketing and how I have a funnel. I don't want a click funnel with 28 different steps and spending thousands of dollars. I want a funnel that goes right from the internet right to me. And you've got a shot, if you can speak to people directly, which I do every day on the phone, on Zoom, on Skype, on FaceTime, it doesn't matter. You're now mathematically in the kill zone, in the closing zone. You can close people in one phone call. I want to show you a quick mind map before we run. We are out of time, but are you guys having fun? If you are, great. Give me a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button because I like to put out a lot of good information about what works for me. And I'm nobody special. I'm a guy who learned from a great mentor how to market and sell. It's not that hard. It's a simple system. I can teach it to you in 15 minutes and show you how to double your sales, and it won't cost you a cent. Okay. And if you ask me nice, I'll give you a free book and at least the mind map. Let me show you my mind map here before we run too much out of time. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's a wrong one too. I'm going to make this real simple. I love mind maps. I make them all the time. Here is one from my rules of my gut sales method. And I have notes with this, the sales, and this is some of the premise of my gut sales method. We have a close called the Godfather close. We make people offers that they can't refuse. No, it's not like we make them offers that meet with their needs. And there's a way to do it. The 75-25 rule. It's part of guts. It is brilliant. Here, scripts, no scripts. Any gurus telling you to get scripts, forget about it. It's not worth it. Scripts are no good. They just make you all they do is make you forgettable. You can speak spontaneously and easy. I teach this to my students. Can you imagine you get on the phone with a prospect and you have a delightful, relaxed, and confident conversation with people? It's all about the dialogue, and you can learn this. So no scripts, no formal presentations with all those slides and things. No begging and asking for the sale. That's horrible. You lose all credibility. Sometimes you got to ask them, do you want the truth or do you want me to lie to you, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect? I can tell you the truth. And they always say yes. And you tell them the truth. And that's kind of a shock and awe technique. The phone is not a cactus. The phone is your lifeline to making a lot of money. But if you're relying solely on technology and third-party applications and people in other countries, you're doomed to fail. You have to take responsibility for your business. Most of the people who are my customers, I do have companies who I teach this gut system to, marketing and sales. But I'd say 75-85% of my clients are kitchen table millionaires, they are solopreneurs. You've got to learn to give good phone. That's my policy. Sales and objections are opportunities to close. This is so important. This is so important. Some of these are, don't get in a pissing match with the skunk. The guts move. This is a secret move I have in order to get their attention. It's called shock and awe. Stop spending money, your hard-earned money, on dead marketing leads. There's not a day goes by. And this is my mind map, by the way. You guys can, if you guys want it, you can have this. It's there. It's there for you. Right there on the bottom. Go to claudediamond.com/light/introductory. Just go there and send me in the text box there what you want, my mind map on the gut sales method or pattern interrupts, and schedule with me for 15 minutes so I can explain it to you how to use it. 15 minutes, I'll guarantee you this. I can show you how to double your sales, how to get better leads in 15 minutes. Schedule with me. What's the worst that could happen? Right? Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll get a few of my guts ideas that have helped me create a tremendous business. Okay. I love sales. I love working from home. I love the freedom of not having to worry about money. And it always comes back to this guts method that I teach. It's simple, it's easy to learn, and I only teach it one-on-one. And that's why I like talking to people about it, because I see you guys wasting too much time, too much money on stuff that your competition is doing, and it's not working for you. Let me show you real easy how to do that. Hey, did we have fun today? We're learning how to close in one phone call. We're learning how to qualify people very quickly, get a commitment, and 3 simple steps. And I've got tons of free stuff for you guys. Just go to that link. And remember what I always say, nobody deserves success more than you good people, okay? Work smart, get a system, a method that allows you to stay in control, feel good about yourself. I work every day because I love it. I'm not a workaholic. I like to go running and swimming every day. I love to travel, and I put in, I have a few appointments scheduled every day. I work with really good prospects. Some I close in the first phone call, every now and then in the second phone call. And some people I never close because they weren't ready or they didn't need what I was selling. But I'm working smart. And if you're a coach, consultant, or mentor, if you're someone who's teaching one-on-one, if you're someone who's in any business, I don't care if you're selling used Q-tips, yuck, okay, a lot of my customers are in real estate. Are you working as smart as you could? Secret of success, keep your overhead low, keep your profits high, and work smart with good quality prospects every day. This numbers game stuff, that's caca, guys. It absolutely is. My name is Claude Diamond. I do answer my own phone, 619-206-5960. Don't call me now because it will go to voicemail. It's late. It's Friday afternoon. And I think I have 2 more calls to make to my clients. And then I think I'm going to have a beer with myself, beer with Claude, which I do on Saturdays, by the way. If you want to join me tomorrow, have a brewski with me, probably around 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Join me for a beer, and we'll solve all the problems of the world. Thanks for joining me today. Nobody deserves success more than you. Just get a system that works for you. Take care. Thank you.